Hey guys, it's Mark from Erickson Machine. So today is going to be a video on a tool that I use all the time that I haven't really shown you guys. It's a borescope camera. It's a really nice camera and it's not all that expensive. So let's get started. Alright guys, well, thanks for coming back to the channel. So this is a Depstech camera. This I've had for about a year now. This wasn't given to me, I purchased it. So I've had a whole bunch of the different USB cameras that plug right into your cell phone. I found them to be a nightmare to work with. So I was looking for something that was more of an all-in-one and not spending $500 or $600 for it. Over the years, I've had a bunch of different borescopes, and this one has been one of them that's impressed me the most. So I'll plug it in a second. So this is an RXDI, so a direct injection. I've always called them in bleeption, bleeping it out myself. So this is an engine we'll probably end up rebuilding on the channel. It's something I never thought I would end up taking apart on the channel because I try not to touch Sea-Doos that are in saltwater, but this happens to be a good customer, so we will help them out. So one thing right off the rip, you can already see that these casting plugs, which Sea-Doo welds in with thin gauge aluminum, this one's already rotted out, so we got to weld that as well. And the motor's locked up. So what we're going to do, I'm going to fire up the borescope and we're going to see if we can see what happened inside the engine before we pull it. So this ski came in as a no crank, no start. We checked the battery was low. While we were trying to charge the battery, I popped the coupler cover and put a pry bar on the coupler, and you can see it takes about all my power to rotate it over without the plugs in, which is a bad sign. We looked through the jet pump to see if the jet pump was locked up. It is not, or at least from what we can see. So now it's time to bust out the borescope. So here's the nice thing with this borescope. Let's see if we can get it without glare. So you can see my finger. The other nice thing with this is you can actually switch from straight on view, which is what we're doing now. Here, let me see, I'll shoot it at the engine. There we go. To, let me see, sideways view. So like you can go inside a bore, so it comes from this camera or this camera. There's two cameras on it. Or you can also set it up where you do split screen, where it does both cameras, which is really nice, especially on cylinder bores, because when you're going inside, most of them you only see the top of the piston. This you can see the cylinder wall and the top of the piston. I normally keep it in one view at a time just because it's less confusing. The other cool thing with this camera is it comes with a hook, a magnet. Put that down for a second. So there's a magnet and a hook, so you can end up, if you drop something underneath the hull or underneath the engine, you can go in there with a magnet if it's magnetic, or the hook if it's not magnetic, and grab something, which has saved me a whole bunch of times, because some skis, if you drop something in the hull, you're just not getting it out. Let's take a look inside. So this cylinder doesn't look all that beat up. And this, the piston is all the way at top dead center. So this one we can't really see, but there's a bunch of rust on this one. Let's see if I can rotate this over a little bit and get a better view. Switch to the other screen. Let's look this way. And it's really not that beat up. So, there's some damage. Alright. But still not as bad as I would think it would be. Alright. So now, do see damage. But this kind of shows what these tools are good for. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping we would see something more catastrophic to show.
Or definitive.
Or definitive. What I will end up doing now first, which to pull these engines, it's easier to pull the jet pump first to get the drive shaft out. So on these, you push the carbon seal back, you pop the C-clip out, which I've already done. And then pull the jet pump out. So we will pull that out first to make sure it's not the jet pump that's locked up. But if you look, there's a whole bunch of oil in the bottom of the boat. I have a feeling that the crank locked up on this, but we're going to have to wait to see. So, but this shows you, a cool tool. I think this is like just under $100, and there'll be a link down below if you want to purchase it. Helps the channel out. It'll be an affiliate code. So, but like always, guys, here. So here's the exact tool. There is the model. All right, guys, just to show you. So anytime we get an engine in that, won't turn over correctly, the first thing we do, pull the plugs, look down it with a borescope, try to rotate it over by hand, which it doesn't. You can see now, even with a pry bar, it rotates, but very little. And actually, we found there's a locking spot right somewhere over here. It locks up. So I am pretty sure we're going to see a rod sticking out of the bottom of this, but we'll see that in a minute. So, but I wanted to show you. So what we ended up doing, we pulled the jet pump, pulled the drive shaft. So now the only thing that can lock it up is in here. Once in a blue moon, you can have a Bendix come apart, and that can lock up the starter motor. Pretty rare. But at this point, I mean, there's a hole in the pipe. We have to fix this. Go through it. We pulled the jet pump. When we pulled the jet pump, you can see the wear ring shot. So we will end up replacing the wear ring while it's all apart. Surprisingly, the impeller's in pretty good shape. We'll clean it up and rebuild the engine and get it back together. So this video was more to show you the borescope and that thing, but I also wanted to show you kind of how we go at it. I never want to pull an engine out when it's something stupid. I've seen a whole bunch of guys over the years see something locked up and not notice it's the wear ring locked up, the jet pump locked up, something like that. They take a whole engine apart and then the motor spins freely. So do your diligence when diagnosing it before you take everything apart. You can only take it apart the first time once, and when you're searching for what happened, it's important. So we'll diagnose this engine when it comes out and figure out what it's in. That'll be in another video. Thanks guys for watching. Have a great day. So this is just a side note. We now have the engine out of the hull. It was not the crank, it was actually the crank gear. Well, I mean, it's part of the crank, but the crank gear and balancer shaft that just ate each other up and locked the entire engine up. So this will be getting rebuilt on the channel. And like always, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a great